Hi there, I'm Jared. Welcome to Kill-Divill, where we focus on rum and cocktails. Today we are going to make homemade grenadine. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. In either case, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything I do. If you're just here for the recipe, timestamps are in the description down below. Otherwise, here's me talking. Grenadine is basically a pomegranate syrup. Homemade grenadine is so different from store-bought grenadine that it's hard for me to believe that they can actually put grenadine on the label of the bottles. If you only ever make one syrup from scratch at home, make grenadine. You will not regret it. The recipe I use to make grenadine comes from this book, The 12-Bottle Bar by David Solmonson and Lesley Jacobs Solmonson. Making grenadine is pretty simple. It does take some time though. However, as I said before, it is totally worth it. The first thing I'm going to do is get the pomegranate juice. Pardon that. Use an unsweetened pomegranate juice. I also like to use organic. You don't have to use organic if you prefer those extra chemicals, but if you prefer extra chemicals, you might as well go store-bought. Just saying. 1 cup, 240 milliliters of unsweetened pomegranate juice. Next, sugar. This is going to be a 2-to-1 syrup. So I have 2 cups of sugar here. And in this case, I'm using cane sugar. You could also use a white sugar. That works just as well. So 2 cups is 480 milliliters. Of course, a real man of science would use mass, but I'm not a real man of science, so I'm using volume. Now I'm going to take this to the stove. Now that we're here at the stove, I'm going to raise the temperature slowly. I'm going to put it on a very low heat, actually. And I'm going to stir it until the sugar dissolves. This is going to take a little bit of time. I'll be back with you in a moment. All right, as the syrup becomes clear, and I'm getting a little bit of bubbles, so that temperature may be just a little high. Sugar's dissolved, so that means it's time to remove it from the heat. That was step 1 of the cooking process. Now we have to figure out how much of this we have. And I've got my handy dandy measuring utensil. And we're going to pour it in quick to see how much we have. And it looks like we have 16 ounces. So that means I want to put 4 ounces back in. A little bit more. There we go. And set 12 ounces of it aside. So the proportions are actually 1/4 and 3/4. The 3/4 portion we're going to let cool. The other 1/4 portion we're going to bring back to the stovetop. Back at the stovetop, I'm going to put this on a medium heat, and I'm going to reduce it by 50%. So if I have a 1/4 cup here, or if I have 4 ounces in here, which is 120 milliliters, it should be half of that, which is going to be 2 ounces or 60 milliliters. This is, again, it's going to take some time. Here we are with our reduction. If anyone can explain why we separate and reduce it like that, feel free to leave that in the comments, because I honestly don't understand. I just know it's part of the recipe and it seems to work. So I'm going to turn off the heat. Oh. And I'm going to bang the tripod. Now, I'm going to get the part that was the 3/4 part that was cooling. And I'm going to add that back in. The final 2 ingredients for this recipe are rose water and orange flower water. I do not make my own. I ordered these offline. Offline? Online. I ordered them online. You tell me. In either case, you get these big bottles, but the recipe only calls for drops. So I actually do put them in little eyedropper bottles. Now, back to the stovetop. Okay, 3 drops rose water. And 3 drops orange flower water. Stir that in. Then let it all cool to room temperature. Now that the grenadine is cooled, there's only one more thing to do. Bottle and label. See, let's see how much I get. 2 bottles? 1 bottle? I think probably 2 bottles. One bottle. 2 bottles. See if I can give you a better view of that. I don't know if you can see how beautiful that is. Yes, I'm in love with homemade grenadine. Don't judge. I could eat this with a spoon, and may have done so. I'm not committing to anything, though. All right. Cap. Yeah, you can see the reduction, how much volume. These are 8-ounce bottles, 240 milliliters. So you can see we lost a little bit of the volume there. Anyway, label. Grenadine. 2-to-1. Date is 24 Jan 21. And there you have it, homemade grenadine. Enjoy.